I'm Zendor, and yes, you have been expecting me. I'll be your guide, playing the devil's advocate as we peer into the depths of what keeps us afraid, angry, ignorant, and immobile. Dreams mold future realities, and our dream for Who is to inspire our viewers to become actively involved in the critical issues that affect all of us.
Some people would consider the children of Tbilisi, Czechoslovakia, lucky. Once every week they take a bus trip into the mountains. If we don't do something right now, soon you may be doing the same with your kids. You see, the pollution in Tbilisi is so bad that the people don't send their children into the hills to commune with nature. They send them there to breathe.
Hi, we're out here at Rawhide for an International Chili Society event that is a fundraiser for Arizona Boys Hope, or should I say Boys Hope of Arizona. And I'm with the marketing manager of Rawhide here, Debbie Roth, and we're going to be asking her a few questions about just what Rawhide's involvement is in this event. Debbie, thanks for taking the time to share with me.
Sure, it's a nice break.
Now, this is a major event. How did Rawhide first get involved?
Well, this time last year we were host to a smaller version of the ICS cook-off. It was put on by the local radio station KMLE. And Don Seidholtz had invited Jim West, who is the ICS, I guess he would be the head of the ICS, out to see the event.
Executive director, right?
Right.
Something like that.
Right. Out to see his chili cook-off, to show him what Rawhide could do for the International Chili Society.
Now, the International Chili Society is not really a very young organization. They've been doing this type of event for something like 25 years, and all of it going to help raise funds for various organizations, right?
That's right. In fact, today you're here at the 26th annual, so this is the first year they've done it to benefit the Boys Hope of Arizona. Boys Hope of Arizona was the beneficiary last year when they did the smaller version of the cook-off out here.
Now, with this size of event, how much staff does it take to put something like this on?
Well, I'd say today we've got between 300 and 350 Rawhide employees.
Now, from Rawhide's perspective, they're actually picking up the tab on that. That's part of their contribution, and yet they're doing a little bit more beyond that, right?
Actually, the employees are not volunteers. However, Rawhide, if nobody came to the event today, Rawhide would still have put on the event and still paid Boys Hope an additional, I think we've agreed to pay them upwards of $3,000 as a donation to their charity. So Boys Hope still would have made some money today had nobody even come out, but we've got some great folks out here today raising money for them.
Oh yeah, it's a wonderful event. A lot of good chili. We'll see just who that winner is later. But Debbie, from your perspective, how do you see this Rawhide setting an example in the helping of communities and organizations within those communities?
Well, Rawhide is actually the largest commercial attraction in the state of Arizona. A lot of people look to Rawhide to see what's Rawhide doing. We're involved with a lot of different charities throughout the year, and this is just another charity that Rawhide is reaching out, I guess you could say, to help. We're very community-oriented here at Rawhide and like to do what we can, so hopefully that will snowball on to some of the other larger businesses in the area.
Debbie, I really appreciate your time, and I thank you for sharing your break with me, and I wish you much success in the future.
Great, thank you very much, Sindor.
Hi again, I'm here now with Vicki Rowell from the Young and Restless, and we're going to be asking her some interesting questions about how she first got involved with the International Chili Society, and particularly this event here in Scottsdale. So Vicki,
yes.
Tell us, how did you first get involved?
Well, Harold Mallett invited me to come out. It was a year ago. This is my second participation with the International Chili Society. We were out in the desert in California last year, and it was as simple as that, him contacting our publicist at Young and the Restless. And I was very interested. It sounded exciting and a lot of fun.
Why did it sound interesting and a lot of fun for you?
Well, I'm an advocate for children's issues, and I know that the Chili Society is a fundraiser, so to speak, for many different issues. I'm an advocate for foster care. It's my background particularly, and I do lobbying for the Child Welfare League of America in Washington, D.C. So fundraising on a large scale is a very big part of my fabric, my personal fabric.
Now, with the involvement of the humanitarian aspect, do you find that more and more people, particularly of your caliber, are getting involved? And more specifically, is it something that's coming from a heart level, or is it something that they're getting involved with just to expound on the celebrity status?
I think both points that you brought up are true. Unfortunately, for the latter, I don't appreciate. I feel that my involvement is purely something that I grew up with. I feel like I've been involved in foster care, and I certainly have been involved in foster care all of my life. Family participation.
Right, that was your daughter Mia.
I feel that certainly there are people out there that get involved in fundraising for their own gains, but I'd like to think that the majority of people that become involved are involved because they are genuinely interested and passionate about the issues. But
I know a lot of us look at the political field or the political genre and look at the, kind of the comedy involved in it, because it seems that to date, it's really hard to get things done, and it really takes that grassroots level involvement. What kind of advice can you give to people to get involved and what to do?
there's no question that there is an incredible amount of bureaucracy out there, a lot of red tape. What I say is go to your local council, vote locally. That is our voice, your vote. I know a lot of people are discouraged when they hear the Electoral College ultimately are the people, or is the institution that ultimately votes for a president, but it is us, in fact, that takes to the Electoral College who to vote for.
Exactly. Bottom line, it comes to the individual and getting out there and doing your part. Good. Victoria, thank you very much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Great to meet you.
How could I? I'm Floyd Red Crow Westerman. When our rivers and forests were pure and unthreatened, my people regarded all life as sacred. If we live by these values today, we'll have a future for our children.